I'm trying not to show my horrible hair right now. Yes, I'm not even. I'm chilling right now. I'm really, really like chilling right now. So my thoughts about Aretha Franklin passing away. I really didn't get a chance to kind of like. I tried looking at like the whole memorial with Aretha Franklin. And I don't know. I just got mixed feelings about like what I was seeing. I just feel like, I know that I guess that's the new thing now. And if you are a celebrity, that everybody want to get in on it. I don't know. I do know. All I can say is how I feel about Miss Aretha Franklin. I got married to. I walked down to the aisle of Holy Holy. And I didn't realize the reason why I love that song so much. My father told me when we were young, he used to play that song over and over again when I was just a baby. So I got married to that. But I don't think I've ever told some of you ladies that when I lost my babies, when I lost Melody, especially when I lost Harmony, I kept playing this song over and over again. It was a song that Aretha Franklin sung, and this was one of the gospel um, CDs, and it was "Mary, Don't You Weep," and it was talking about how in the Bible how you know Jesus raised Lazarus, and how you know Pharaoh's army drowned. And I remember I was mourning. I mean, when I say I was mourning, I was crying so hard. And I would just replay this song over and over again. And so, um, you know, Aretha Franklin had a very powerful voice, and especially in gospel. I mean, she had a lot of hit songs like Respect and I Feel Like a Woman, but I just feel like with her funeral, I know that there were people who knew her, like her grandchildren. She was one of those type of aunts or grandmothers that you would see, especially like in a black family, like one of them strong black women. And her voice was just like, her voice was just, it was just on a whole nother level. And I feel like, you know, and like I said, this was one of the songs that I remember when I was mourning. I played this song over and over again. And I don't know if it's going to let me. Listen, baby. Jesus said, Mary, Mary, don't weep, don't weep. Don't know, don't know. Don't you weep. We're gonna review the story to sisters. While Mary and Martha, they had a brother named Lazarus. But this was one of the songs, y'all. This was one of the songs when I tell you got me through when I lost my children, when I lost my baby girls. Like, this was one of those songs where I played over and over and over again. And so she is definitely going to be missed. But one thing I know from what I heard in her music, that she was definitely saved. And she knew the gospel. She knew Jesus. I just really wish. Now, I didn't see. I'm not going to say that I saw the whole ceremony of her funeral, you know, but I really wish that the pastor would have touched more on um, about salvation, about Jesus, about living. And, I mean, yes, we know that Aretha Franklin, she had a voice on her and had some of the major hits in Motown and all of those great things. But at the end of the day, aside the simple fact that she was a good singer, she was a person, she was saved. And it to me, when I looked at her homegoing, you had a lot of people there that was just ready. It was like as if it was a concert. I mean, some people would say, oh, that's the way to go. But she always did concerts, but she was somebody's mama, somebody's grandmother, somebody's aunt, you know what I mean? And she will be forever missed. And her music, especially that gospel song, Mary, Don't You Weep. I remember I was weeping, moaning, crying, and everything. And that song I kept playing over and over again. So that song really got me through, like, the worst time in my life. And when I got married, I walked down to Holy, Holy. And I remember hearing that song when I was young, and I knew that's the song I was going to get married to. It was just so... It was talking about love, peace, God, and the Lord is coming back, and those are the messages that I had got from Aretha Franklin. I think some people may not know, and some people may know. I just feel like, and I didn't look at the whole 10 hours of her homegoing service, but I saw a lot of people that was just showboating. You know what I'm saying? Ready for their turn to be up there. I saw people that I was like, I honestly really feel like if Aretha was alive, she wouldn't have had that particular person at her funeral. And I know even in her old age, she was going to church. So I just felt like it was a whole bunch of political game. Some people was just trying to stamp their self. I mean, some people was too, I'm not going to say too young to even know who Aretha was, but if you knew who Aretha Franklin was, you would have never wore what you wore at her funeral, But to me, I just really felt like, I don't know. I just felt like the whole word, like the homegoing of Aretha Franklin, I just feel like they could have did a better job with that. And people were waiting to get in on that. And I just saw the corruptness behind it. But I will personally say that with her music, it brought me through a lot of stuff, especially when I lost my harmony. When I lost my harmony, I played that song over and over and over and over again. And she will be missed. She definitely will be missed. You know, at the end of the day, we all gotta go. You know, we all gotta go. So, if you never heard that song before, I would definitely, get the CD, download it, or just play it. But yeah, but my thoughts on her homegoing, I just felt like personally, like I was just trying to figure out like how did they even get the lineup for those particular people, and um what was the whole agenda behind it. I know Bill Clinton was there, and that looked good. Aretha Franklin, that looked like something she would have cooked. So she will be missed. I guess those are the greatest hits. And from my understanding, they try to say that the type of heels that Aretha Franklin wore in the casket, Louis Vuitton. Like, are you? I'm. I Louis Vuitton heels, or I'm like, are you kidding me? Daggone well she would have wore something comfortable, but you know, I just felt like I don't know. Let's see what Jesse Jackson had to say, cause I didn't even see what he had to say. Let me see if he's talking a word. And notice how they put one Lord, one faith, one baptism. Oh, why don't you just say Jesus? I haven't heard him talk in a while. Wait a minute, hold on. We'll have it in Jesus' name. Sorry, y'all, but I'll be searching for the word. All right, I ain't hear. Let me skip and see if I hear God's word up in here. I don't mean to be a hypocrite, but I just gotta hear Jesus. Somebody say Jesus.
I also want to, in the pastoral sense, thank the funeral home. Aretha was very sick to the end. I was suspecting we should not open the body. But this funeral home Swanson. They've done a tremendous job. Big hand for O'Neill Swanson and his family. Big hand for O'Neill Swanson and his family. And last, we can't thank her too much for she's among the living yet among us. Another hand for Maxine Waters. Maxine, stand again, please.
Okay, so they thanking everybody for the body and.
Three of my children are here today because this is a family affair. My son, Jesse Jackson Jr.,
What they got to do with Aretha?
and Santita, and Dr. Jackie Jackson. It is a holy privilege to stand before you today. Thankful to stand before Aretha. This hour of celebration. I want to honor the family's wishes and protocol and keep my remarks as brief as I can, but it is about reflections, and I want to give the room for Reverend Jasper Williams, one of the most profound preachers of our time. Reverend C.L. Franklin's funeral was conducted by Reverend Williams and
What the heck? What? Okay. I'm not trying to be a critic here. But is anybody going to preach about life, death, Jesus, the resurrection? What's up, man? Like, okay, Mona. Maybe I'm just missing something.
Let's move to the next phase of the phenomenal Aretha Franklin. There's much to be said and done built on this legacy that can't be appropriately said today. Death has caused another unplanned family reunion. We wouldn't be here if Aretha were not dead today. We give death too much power. We should be able to call each other and have a meeting like this and share. I was here for the Rosa Parks funeral and watched long lines at the museum for Rosa Parks, long lines for Aretha, long lines today. If we have long lines to celebrate death and short lines for voting.
Voting. Okay. So he made it all about political. See, this is the reason why I feel that Aretha Franklin family should have had something done with just their family. Because, see, I understand what he's saying about the long lines, but notice how he threw that political mess up in there.
We lost Michigan by 11,000 votes.
11,000. What they got to do with Aretha?
100,000 Detroit unregistered.
I can't.
Long lines at the death of the icons and short lines for voting. Something is missing.
Why is Eek Ook Rabbit Ook? Why are you up there? Her family is a mourning. Why are you even mentioning that? See, this is when I know I ain't tripping. Let's go on to the next one.
Proceed, Reverend Al Sharpton.
Let's see what Al Sharpton gonna say.
Thank you, Bishop. To the Franklin family and to all of us gathered, Aretha Franklin was not only an unparalleled artist, she was a civil rights activist and freedom fighter.
Okay.
It is easy to celebrate the gifts that God gives. It is more difficult when
That's
someone
horrible.
uses those gifts in ways that enhances humanity. Aretha
I see him.
Franklin was given special gifts, but she used it in a special way. And she would not want us to celebrate her without talking about she stood for something. She never shamed us. She never disgraced us. She never made us make excuses for her. She represented the best in our community, and she
Is that
fought
TD
for our
Jakes' wife up
community until
there
the
with
end.
that big hat? Who is that with that
I
big
first
hat?
met Miss Franklin when I was a teenager. I'd become youth director of New York Operation Breadbasket, and she would come to the strategy meetings with Reverend Jackson. And
Oh,
I would hear
wow.
the stories of how when Dr. Martin Luther King could make payroll, Harry Belafonte and Aretha Franklin went on an 11-city tour to raise money for Martin Luther King.
I didn't know that.
A lot of artists hang up Dr. King's photo, but Aretha went and raised money and gave it and worked free. Her daddy marched with Dr. King, and she never stopped supporting. As the years went by and I developed National Action Network, and she would call my radio show and have me come to her affairs. She called me one day. She said, "Red Mal, I want to send you something." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "What's your home address?" And she sent it. About 3 days later, I got a check made out National Action Network signed by Aretha Franklin. I saw about a month later, I said, "You know, I was so blown away. I grew up looking up to you that I framed that check." She said, "Boy, don't you have a copy machine?" She said, "You don't know how I am with my bank accounts. You better cash that check." And but all of her life, she supported the causes. She was a feminist before feminism was popular. She was a civil rights activist when it wasn't popular.
A
She
feminist,
gave
though.
us pride, and she gave us a regal bar to reach. And that's why we're all here. We don't all agree on everything, but we agree on Aretha. And she fought for everybody. I remember when we were youth.
I don't know. Feminism, that was pushed on his thing. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Who was the girl who sung at the funeral? It was a lot of people. Hold on. YouTube Aretha Franklin funeral singers. I think I'm gonna order me some pizza. Sorry, y'all. Sometimes this TV can be YouTube. Did my TV just turn off on me? Yep. But anyway, so I mean, I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of political stuff on people's funerals. That's why honestly, I think that if if families had a singer or a so-called celebrity that passed away, they are better off just doing the funeral and seeing them go. But I guess they wanted to make it huge and big, and but I just see a lot of other stuff, a lot of interesting things that's on there, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? You know, and I just feel like I don't know. I mean, that's their family, so I guess they just hold on, y'all.
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
You YouTube Aretha Franklin funeral.
Hey, do you even remember
Sorry,
me?
y'all.
Sarah Connor? Blowing up Saturday?
What is this?
Hasta la vista, baby?
YouTube Aretha Franklin funeral, the singers.
101. What, do you guys come off an assembly line or something? Exactly.
Oh, is that Terminator? Now, they tried to say that Ariana Grande or whatever her name is, that the pastor apologized because the way that he was touching her at the funeral. And Let's see the front line. So we got, who is this? Yolanda Adams singing. Shaka Khan singing. Jennifer Hudson singing. Who's this one? Faith Hill sings. Who's Faith Hill? She's singing. Let's see who else is singing. Now, this right here I have an issue with. Aretha Franklin in church, and this is what I've seen in church. I've never seen, and I'm trying not to be, oh, she's a country artist. Okay. Oh, yeah. Now, this is my issue with this right here, with this Ariana Grande. Do y'all think what she got on is appropriate for church? Did somebody forget to tell her, homegirl, that you need to have a dress on? What is this? And in front of these guys, look at all of the guys that's in back of her. Like, this is, in this particular song, I don't believe they should have used this song. They could have picked any gospel song that Aretha Franklin has sung. Why would they do this? Why would they do this? This right here, exactly. But when I'm looking at this, y'all, I'm seeing the devil all up in this. Look at all of these men lined up, right? And you got this right here. And we talking about somebody's grandmother in that casket, and you got this thing right here. That's what I'm saying. Like, that right there was a setup. It was a setup. And so, evidently, after Homegirl done sung, they started saying that the pastor groped her the wrong way or hugged her the wrong way. This right here was a setup. She should have never been up there singing that song in them 18-inch heels with all them thighs showing in church, okay? That was a setup. I'm sure if Aretha Franklin was alive today, she would not have known who Ariana Grande is. This child could be her great-great-great-grandkid. Exactly. They should have put a robe on this child, and I don't even, and for the life of me, I don't know why she's singing "You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman" in church. Yes, I understand Aretha Franklin sung that song, but y'all, this is a funeral. This is a homegoing. This is, supposed to be uplifting on God. I mean, come on now. Why would you have her singing, "You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman," looking like some hooker? And all these men right here behind her. There is no respect for Aretha Franklin, and there daggone sure is no respect for God up in there the way she's dressing. Somebody should have told her to cover her tail, put some flats on. You know what I mean? So all of this right here was a show. All of it was a show. Every last bit of it. You make me feel like a natural woman. Who you singing to? Are you just singing the song because Aretha Franklin sang the song? And look at the entire congregation. Look at how that looks. Look at that. Do y'all really? Could you imagine? Let that be my grandmother sitting up there and this thing walk out here, and this is my grandmother's homegoing service, and you ain't even covered. You don't even care. Something's wrong with this picture. And if y'all didn't see it, I don't know what's wrong with y'all spirit. Next, let's go on to the next one. But who else we have singing? We have Fantasia. Now they said Fantasia, she blew up. Oh, they said homegirl, she took her shoes off. Well, you know when she take her shoes off, what she about to do? Disrespectful. Okay, I know that Fantasia can sing, but come on now. This is somebody's funeral here. If you knew your feet was going to start hurting, you should have put some flats on. That was on a up and up too. That's why I said the devil know how to sing. Everybody like, oh Lord, she done took her shoes. The spirit is just, come on now. You knew you was gonna take them shoes off their feet, so therefore you should have wore you some flats to keep your shoes on. Now, if Aretha Franklin if her body is in her casket with some heels on, how you gonna take your shoes off? I can't with her either. Who else? Who else? Oh, Jennifer Hudson. She had to sing Amazing Grace too. It's all on who can hold those vocals. It's all on who can hold it long enough. Because everybody's record deals or whoever they signed to looking at this. This is a mockery. I don't understand why they didn't have her picture up there, her grandchildren. I'm sure her grandchildren got up there to talk, but all this right here is for show. Hurry up and try to get that note. I can't with you either. So I didn't see Shaka Khan perform at honestly, I think it's like 10 hours. Here she come with her fan. So, Aretha Franklin, so Shaka Khan up there singing. Jennifer Holiday closes. Ryan Osley brother was up there too. I don't know, y'all. I'm sure some of the stuff, I don't know. I'm not even sure. Maybe some people were sincere, but some people will use the mess out of somebody's death to get an up and up come up. And that's just the truth. We know that this woman was still going to church. She was still going to church. But some people be like, when death happens, you will see the worst in people and you will see the best in people. Stevie Wonder was there. Vanessa Bell, the Clark sisters, they had an entire concert going on. Gladys Knight was there. Now I understand. I get like the folks that was around her, like Gladys Knight. I get Stevie Wonder. You know what I mean? I understand that. I'm not saying that certain people, but certain people was put on that ballot for a reason. Certain political figures was there for a reason. You know what I mean? And some of these folks are not even saved, that they can't even mutter. They can't even say the word Jesus out their mouths. You can tell, you waiting for them to say Jesus, and they will make sure not to say it. But this right here, this little thing right here, I don't know who in God's what told this thing to enter church like this at Aretha Franklin's funeral. And all these guys, is that Farrakhan on the other side? I don't know who that is. And all these men behind this thing right here, that's disrespectful. And now everybody's talking about, oh, he was caught touching, this, that, and the third, and whoop, whoop, whoop. See? Y'all letting them demons all up in the But these were her grandchildren, nieces and nephews. I, I, uh, they ain't have to do that. But anyway, Marvin Sapp singing at Aretha funeral. This is everybody singing at Aretha funeral. Look at the men. I know, right? Look at them. Do you think that that was not purposely done? To have Ariana Grande up there with not one shawl on her, with not even any stockings up there, and you sitting up here, your dress is pretty much shorts. That was done purposely. You know, but you got older women that know how to cover up. Nobody taught this young whatever. But that was done purposely. That's why when I see stuff like this, I'm just like, what did the word say? Is the pastor preaching God's word, or they all up in there just to see who's in the house? Just to see who's what. And they all sitting there. That age is starting to catch up with a lot of them. But that one, look, I'm not even going Fantasia, kicking your shoes off. You do that at a concert. You don't do that at somebody's funeral. Exactly. Exactly. I can understand, her music touched you, but come on, y'all. Y'all gotta have some respect for her and her family. She wasn't just a singer, she was a person. You know what I mean? She still is. If she's saved, we know where she's at. But come on now. I don't mean no harm. Fantasia kicking your freaking shoes off, bare feet like you in the daggone field somewhere. You could have saved that for a concert. Everybody like, oh Lord, you know what she about to do. That was wrong. That was wrong. That was wrong. But yeah, so the Queen of Soul laid to rest in Detroit. And, Aretha Franklin, she passed away. And there's going to be a lot more funerals to come. Because like I said, nobody's exempt from death. But it's turning into showboating. That's how a lot of these mega churches are now. And it's not even, it's like you give them 2 seconds of the word. And for 8 hours, you just looking at people performing. It's all a show. It was all a show. This is her funeral. This is her funeral. This is her homegoing. She doesn't know. I mean, when you really think about it, Aretha Franklin does it. She did enough shows. You know what I'm saying? For once, let it be. All that singing and stuff could have been reflecting on her. And they had some great. I mean, I heard what Sharpton said. Had some great things to say about her. But all of this singing and, I mean, some of these folks, daggone well Aretha Franklin don't listen to no Ariana Grande songs. So why in the heck was she even at her funeral? Somebody said this would be a great publicity move, and they used her death and then had the audacity to say that, she's wearing some Louis Vuitton heels. I'm going to tell you something. When she passed away, I'm sure she lost a lot of weight, but she was a thick woman. Ain't no way in heck she wearing some 12-inch heels. Y'all, that was a lot of showboating, and you had a lot of people that was trying to stamp their signature designer gear all up in there too. I'm telling you, you see the best and worst in people, especially at a funeral. But that right there, that should have never happened. That should have never happened. That genie or whatever should have never been up there in front of all those men like that. And the whole church looking at her singing, "You make me feel like a natural woman." Yeah, the devil was whispering in somebody's ear because he got away with that. That was wrong on so many levels. But these are her grands, and These are the one. These are the grands that she brought up in this world. You know what I mean? They knew their grandmother.
I remember when I was a kid, people used to always ask me, what does it feel like to be Aretha Franklin's granddaughter? And I'd always shrug my shoulders and go, I don't know, it's just my grandma. And at that young, I didn't really understand what that really meant. I knew she was someone
Sorry, y'all, my
special.
dog.
I knew she was someone important.
Solo.
But I didn't really understand how big it was.
Sorry, y'all. Solo, sit
Some
down.
of the greatest things. I've met some of the greatest people.
But listen to this, though.
Because these amazing people were
And y'all can look at it because it's on YouTube. Notice how this is her granddaughter, right? Look what she got on. But Ariana Grande come up there looking like what? Anyway, y'all, I'm just saying.
emotion in the song she sang. Her voice brought peace. And watching her engaged to the last performance I saw her,
Right.
I knew that performing was so
Solo.
As a kid, I couldn't understand what it was like to be Aretha Franklin's granddaughter. But I didn't know what that meant. But now I know what it feels like. It feels amazing to see a woman so fierce, so courageous, gifted, so respected. And to be able to call that my grandmother, to know that I have that running through my blood, and that she's a part of who I am.
Yeah, see, that was nice. See, that's her granddaughter. Notice how she ain't show up in there looking like she about to go swimming. Yeah, but if y'all haven't seen, so the Clark sisters was up there. Marvin Sapp was up there. And from my understanding, they said that, Aretha Franklin had a gold casket. Let's see what this is all about. I know there ain't no real gold, because let me tell you something. One thing I heard. Let me tell you what I heard about funerals. People be putting money and jewelry and hundreds inside of caskets. Them same people that'll wait till the family leave and put that body in the ground, they go right up in there and snatch it up and put it in their pockets like, thank you. Oh, this choir sounds beautiful. Oh, they can sing. Go on, y'all. The choir sounds beautiful. But yeah, y'all, those are my thoughts about Aretha Franklin. Some of y'all may not agree, but but anyway, the choir sounds wonderful. All right, y'all.